Chapter 17. How to use your subconscious mind for forgiveness. The chapter focuses on using the subconscious mind for forgiveness, emphasizing its importance in healing and achieving inner peace. The chapter asserts that forgiveness is essential for both mental and physical well-being, and it provides techniques for releasing feelings of guilt and resentment. The core concept is that holding on to negative emotions like resentment, anger, and guilt harms the individual, and forgiveness is the key to releasing those emotions and experiencing a more fulfilling life. Key concepts related to forgiveness. The chapter introduces several key concepts related to forgiveness. Life always forgives you. The chapter posits that life always forgives you, meaning that the universe is inherently forgiving, and it is our own negative thinking that causes us suffering or guilt. The chapter explores the destructive nature of guilt, stating that guilt can lead to self-punishment and physical ailments. It gives examples of people who have been held back by their guilt until they learn to forgive themselves. Criticism. The chapter teaches that criticism cannot hurt you without your consent, emphasizing that your reactions to criticism determine its effect. Compassion. The chapter emphasizes the importance of compassion and understanding for others, stating that to understand all is to forgive all. Love. The chapter states that forgiveness is love in action. Love is the answer to getting along with others. Love is understanding, goodwill, and respecting the divinity of the other. Techniques for forgiveness. The chapter provides specific techniques for using the subconscious mind for forgiveness. Acknowledging your feelings. You must acknowledge your feelings of guilt and resentment. Understanding the law of mind. Understanding how your mind works and that your thoughts create your reality is essential for forgiveness. Realizing God does not condemn. You must realize that God does not condemn or punish anyone, and that suffering is caused by negative thinking. Forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself is presented as a crucial step. The chapter uses the example of a murderer who was able to forgive himself once he realized the person he was before no longer existed. Forgiving others. Forgiving others is also vital. The chapter suggests focusing on the positive qualities of the other person to release feelings of resentment. Or the acid test of forgiveness. The chapter suggests the acid test of forgiveness is if the memory of an event no longer causes a negative reaction. You must give love, peace, joy, wisdom, and all the blessings of life to the other until there is no sting left in your mind. The technique of forgiveness. This technique involves actively wishing well to the person you need to forgive until all negative feelings have dissipated. Letting go of the past. Letting go of the past is necessary to forgive and move forward. Giving blessings. The chapter advises giving love, peace, and joy to those you need to forgive. You must wish for others all the blessings of life. Examples of forgiveness in action. The chapter gives several examples to illustrate the power of forgiveness. The man who banished guilt. A man who was burdened with guilt for not paying attention to his family learned to forgive himself, which led to a complete healing. By realizing that all his suffering was due to his negative thinking, he was able to let go of his guilt. Or the murderer. A man who had murdered his brother learned to forgive himself by recognizing that he was not the same man who committed the crime, and was now full of love and goodwill. The schoolteacher. A schoolteacher who was criticized was able to forgive and turn a negative situation into a positive learning experience by taking the criticism as an opportunity to improve. The woman. Left at the altar. The chapter provides the example of a woman who was left at the altar and blamed herself, thinking sex was evil, until she learned to forgive herself and embrace life. Practical steps to implement forgiveness. The chapter suggests the following practical steps. Identify and acknowledge. Recognize the negative feelings you are holding on to, such as guilt, anger, or resentment. Or understand the source. Understand that these negative feelings are often due to misinterpretations, misunderstandings, or your own negative thought patterns. Change your perspective. Change your perspective on the situation and try to see the other person's point of view. Release negative emotions. Use techniques to release the negative emotions by mentally letting go of the need to hold on to anger or pain. Wish them well. Mentally give blessings to the person you are forgiving, wishing for their happiness, health, and well-being. Focus on love and compassion. Replace negative thoughts with loving and compassionate thoughts towards the other person. Practice self-forgiveness. Forgive yourself for any past actions or inactions that may be causing you pain or guilt. Monitor your thoughts. Pay attention to how you speak to yourself and reframe negative self-talk. Key principles for forgiveness. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is not about excusing the actions of others. It is about freeing yourself from negative emotions. Your thoughts matter. Your thoughts and beliefs create your reality, and choosing to forgive can change your life. Love is essential. Love for others and yourself is essential for forgiveness. Forgiveness is a process. It might take time and consistent effort to fully forgive someone or yourself. You have the power. You have the power to forgive and heal through your subconscious mind. Conclusion chapter provides a practical guide to using the subconscious mind to achieve forgiveness and inner peace. It teaches that forgiveness is not just a moral or ethical principle, but a psychological and spiritual necessity for achieving well-being. The chapter offers clear techniques and inspiring examples to encourage you to use the power of your mind to release negative emotions, forgive yourself and others, and experience a more loving and fulfilling life. By understanding these techniques, you can move towards forgiveness and release the negative emotions that are holding you back. This chapter emphasizes the importance of using your mind to forgive and find inner peace, and provides techniques that you can use to heal yourself of past hurts.